Good evening again, YouTube. She got J Crew to you coming at you with another video here. I just did a video and posted it, and that video was regarding Georgia coach, University of Georgia college football coach Kirby Smart getting a big contract extension. I said I was going to talk about the pro football parallel to that situation, but I said, you know what? Let me just break that to another video. And so this is going to be my part two video to how the world of sports just seems to be immune from pandemics and recessions. Uh, the second player I'm going to comment on this evening was another player who, around the same time Kirby Smart signed a contract extension, signed a contract extension of his own, and he goes by the name of Kyler Murray. And for those of y'all who follow pro football in the NFL, he's the starting quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray has had two really good first 2 or 3 years in the league, and so he was rewarded this past Thursday or Friday, in which he signed a contract that was like $230 million plus in value. Of course, it's going to be incentive laden, but this is starting to become a trend in pro sports. When you see a lot of pro quarterbacks starting to sign big time contracts. But one thing I noticed with some of these quarterbacks who sign big time contracts, once they sign it, it doesn't leave the team to do too much wiggling out of that contract and to get other pieces that are not already in place. I think you saw Patrick Mahomes sign a contract that can get up into value of maybe $500 million. What was that last year? Of course, it's going to be incentive later, so I don't know if he's going to be able to get every dollar. I think Matt Ryan in Atlanta, I think several years ago, signed $100 million contract, and it kind of restricted what the Falcons can do. When Matt Ryan was the quarterback of the Falcons, they really couldn't make it as many moves they want to because of the salary cap hits that are going to take place. You only have room to only do so much when one player takes up that much money from your roster each and every year. So that's the downside of this contract. But let me go ahead and say I think Kyler Murray has definitely earned that money, but it seems to become counterproductive when those guys sign these big contracts. Let me say, since he's a professional, I think he's earned it. But I talked about how the NIL deals kind of sour some coaches uh, on the fact that their players can get paid even though they're making exorbitant amounts of money, which I think is very hypocritical. And in pro sports, I think it's somewhat of a parallel that you're seeing these quarterbacks getting these mega contracts like coaches do in college football, but it restricts what their team can do in the end. Kyler Murray played college football. I believe it was for maybe Texas Tech or Texas A&M originally. Then he transferred to Oklahoma and finished out his career there, where he won a Heisman Trophy. And he's a young guy. He's probably like in his early to mid-20s, and he started for the Arizona Cardinals for 2 years, I believe. And he's had two pretty good seasons where he put up really good numbers, and they rewarded him. And like I said, the contract is worth up to $230 million. And my question is, the players on the collegiate level probably gonna get deals that are maybe anywhere from like $1 million to several $1 million. But do you guys think this is too much for one player to make once they get to the pros? I think it could be very counterproductive for the team as a whole over time. Let me say this: this is America, and you're entitled to get whatever they're willing to pay you. But does it become counterproductive to the team over like a several year period? Because let me read some specifics here with Kyler Murray's contract. I want to talk about another aspect of his contract that's kind of weird. Because I want to say he signed like a 5-year contract that's worth $230 million, and I think he's going to get on average of $46.1 million a year. Something to that nature. That's what he's going to get. And if you look to the bottom of the story here, the second to the last paragraph, it says Murray agreed to an extension on Thursday. That's this past Thursday, which is what I thought. And it said it's worth up to $230.5 million with about $105 million guaranteed at signing and $160 million guaranteed for injury. That's absolutely incredible. So congratulations to Kyler Murray. But it makes me wonder, is Arizona gonna be able to put more pieces around him to the point to where they can challenge for a Super Bowl title? because they already have good talent. They have one of the best receivers in the league, and DeAndre Hopkins, who came over from Houston a year or so ago. They got him, and of course they got Kyler Murray, and they got like a young and talented defense. So they got pieces in place. But again, it just shows you, man, like the rest of the world, we may have been struggling through a pandemic and stuff like that, and people may be not seeing any value in their jobs. That doesn't apply here like in the world of sports. You're seeing these guys see a lot of value in what they do, and they're getting paid mega money. And again, congratulations to Kyler Murray, man. But like I said, it's just proof that the world of sports is somewhat pandemic and recession proof. Uh, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, click the subscribe button. Y'all have a good evening. You got J. Crew to you.